In today's full swing analysis video here on the channel, we're going to take a deep dive look into the golf swing of Michael Thorbjornsen, who's got his breakout win on the PGA Tour this past weekend at the Rocket Classic. Perhaps the most interesting part of this video that unfortunately you can't really see even if I zoom in here, but it's to do with the way he attaches his hands onto the golf club. So you may well be familiar that the two most common ways to grip the golf club on the tour is the interlock and the overlap. However, Michael Thorbjornsen doesn't perform either of those. He actually falls into the category of a very small category of players who use the 10-finger holds. Oftentimes the grip is referred to as a fundamental, but Michael Thorbjornsen is case in point that in fact it is a variable, an important variable, albeit, but it is a variable. So as we take Michael to the top of his backswing, we can throw in some really helpful reference lines here. And you'll notice that as we bring him to the top of the backswing, there's some space created from his trail hips positioned now at the top of the backswing to where it had been at address. And that gap is created because his tailbone is working towards the target side as he climbs his way to the top. As we look further up the body, we can see he's achieved a huge shoulder turn. That trail shoulder has gone well behind his head here. Huge coil from that upper body. And you can see certainly it is absolutely a full turn of that upper body, despite that club not reaching level to the ground here. As we take a zoomed in look at this here, we can see there's some great structure to his arms. There's plenty of width. He works with Seán Foley, and you may be familiar if you're on social media, scrolling away through your golf content. You'll see that Seán Foley and David Woods have come out with a training aid called the Pro Center, and I've seen Michael use that on social media before, so no surprise either to see that his wrist angles are in a great place here to support that shaft in a super spot at the top of the backswing. The Pro Center training aid that I've referred to is essentially a cradle that sits on the back of the golfer's trail wrist and is designed to, during the backswing, encourage the player to have extension, exactly like what you're seeing here from Michael, which allows the back of that right hand for Michael to then sit into the cradle of the Pro Center. As Michael fires his way into the downswing, you're going to see here as his lead arm gets to about back to level to the ground in the downswing, we see his trail elbow sit below that lead arm. And that arm structure here has a big role to play in allowing him to be much narrower with his angles of his shaft and his lead arm on the way down versus the point of the lead arm being level to the ground in the backswing. If we throw in a different color here, maybe let's go yellow. So lead arm level to the ground in the backswing, and we'll mark the position of that shaft as well. And also at this point, we'll circle in the position of that trail arm. So we can see here on the way back of lead arm level to the ground, that right elbow is above the left elbow or the left arm. And as he drives and fires into the downswing, we get him about back down to as close as we can to that same spot, referencing the lead arm. And we see again that trail elbow is in a very, very different position relative to that lead arm. This is a position that a lot of amateur golfers could certainly learn from. A lot of amateur golfers who struggle with something that a lot of people would refer to as casting, where they throw away their angles and that shaft might be somewhere back into this red circle area by this stage, can lead to a serious power leak. So if you're going to look to copy something from Michael's swing, certainly not an easy piece of his golf swing to replicate, but it is something that we see common in a lot of the very, very best players in the world. As we progress things further on past and through impact, another part of his golf swing that I absolutely love is the extension from both arms into the follow through. We can see he's got quite a wide arc in the follow through as well, like so. That right arm and shafts almost form one perfect straight line here. And again, if we're looking at some more helpful reference points, if you're looking to take some inspiration from the golf swing of Michael, we can see the center of the pelvis is ahead of the center of the chest, which is ahead of the center of the head. So again, the lower half is leading here, the pelvis is tucked forwards, the arms are in a nice extended straight position, and he has quite a wide arc into the follow through. You can notice just how long his head stays down, well past impact, of course. We can see the explosive footwork, where his lead heel is well up off the ground by this stage as well. But despite all that explosiveness and that power that you're seeing on display, by the time we wrap up his golf swing at the conclusion of his follow through, we see it's no bother at all to Michael Thorbjornsen to finish in a perfectly balanced follow through position. If you enjoyed the insights shared in today's video and would like to receive personalized guidance from myself tailored to exactly what your swing needs, then you can reach out and connect with myself today, regardless of where you're based in the world. My name is Seán. I'm a PGA professional and I specialise in teaching the full swing, and I help golfers from all across the world who are serious about improving to transform their long game via an app called Skillist. So if you're new to the channel, first of all, you're very welcome. But if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll be well familiar with the fact that I mention Skillist in pretty much every video. It's the platform that I use for my online coaching, and you can access it directly from the App Store, or simply hit the link that's attached underneath today's video in the description box. My most popular online coaching program on Skillist is my long game transformation program, where I teach golfers how to control their low points, how to add real distance into their game that allows them to be competitive, and thirdly, it's where I help them produce a predictable shot shape that they can rely on out on the golf course. So the primary focus of the program is to upgrade their strike, their distance, and their direction. If you'd like to receive a taster session before committing to that specific program or any of my other monthly programs that I offer, you can upload some swings. I have a one-time introductory offer of a free online swing analysis. It gives you the opportunity to see exactly how the platform works and see if online coaching is for you. You can also, when you're on my profile, check out a ton of testimonials from students that I've worked with from all across the world who have seen some serious success with their games. And again, it may be a new concept, so feel free to use the free analysis, check it out, and if you want to proceed from there, I'll be happy to guide you into which program is most appropriate to you relative to your goals. If you've enjoyed today's YouTube video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button along with the subscribe button. It really helps with the growth of the channel, and it also keeps you up to date and ensures that you won't miss out on any future content on the channel, of which there's loads due to be released very shortly.